question is, I noticed that we had learned about moving to cash instead of using your credit cards. And I know that's actually been something that we've had a struggle with and really have never moved that direction because we usually paid off our credit card every month. And I guess we're having a hard time making that switch or seeing I know it's valuable, but I guess we're trying to, the convenience of it's been very easy. So you have recommendation of how to move from the credit cards to cash without going cold turkey?
Without going cold turkey. So the way that I look at it is you cannot get debt-free without living a debt-free lifestyle first. It's the same thing of if you're trying to be healthy, well, you have to live healthy first, and then you become healthy. So there's really not a transition because you cannot get out of debt while you're still borrowing money. There's really not a real soft transition spot. That's one of the reasons why you build up your cash savings first. So you build your emergency fund. Are you actively budgeting, like actually sitting down and doing a budget together?
That is something we've got to work on because my husband was out of town, so I hadn't been able to sit down with him and actually work on that.
So that's one of the second most important parts is actually putting together an active budget because it makes it a lot more challenging to try to live, off your check card and cash if you're not first telling your money what to do. So you got to actually have a plan and then you walk out your plan. So the emergency fund gives you a cash build-up, a cash cushion. The second part is your budgeting process where you actually plan out your spending before you get your check. And that allows you to actually live out that lifestyle effectively. And one of the most important components of the actual budgeting process is make it realistic. Birthday party for your kids. They have 3 graduations this month. We have a graduation party, planning all of that in there. During this time frame, while I'm on the teleconference, my wife takes the kids out to eat out somewhere. So tonight they're going to Chuck E. Cheese. So we budgeted for that. Making your budget a reality for that month, not some, fairy tale perfect world. And one of the big components when you put in your budget is actually adding in miscellaneous because literally you can't plan for everything. So you plan for what you can't plan for. So you make sure you have miscellaneous in your budget. And if you really, the softest transition I can put into a budget typically is fund money. And this is, depends on where you're at in your stage in your finances, but fund money allows for you guys to have cash in your pocket, and it's a little bit of kind of blow money. So your husband and you would have literally, $20, $30, $50 each, whatever you decide in your budget, but you actually plan to have cash in your pocket, so you actually have a little bit of a release valve in your wallet. I find that is about the closest thing you can get in your budget to actually that soft transition because you still got the ability to impulse to a degree. If you're budgeting your dining out, you're budgeting your entertainment, you're budgeting groceries, you're budgeting car, all this stuff, and then you still have fun money in your wallet, then it really is blow money.
Now, the last thing is to actually have some dates where you're actually going to accomplish your financial goals. So as an example, with your emergency fund, you set a date of January 2016, accomplishing my $1,000 emergency fund. And then you have a date of February 2016, I will pay off Visa. April 2016, you will have paid off MasterCard. And then January 2017, we are debt-free, everything except for our home. So one of the biggest things you have to have is something motivating you on the other end to offset the convenience of the credit. The largest motivator that I had in my life when I was getting out of, at the early stages of getting out of debt, was the accomplishment of actually paying something off. The second thing was actually freeing up money every single month. So every time I paid something off, I had more money available to do things. So for me, what that did was it allowed for me to have actually more flexibility in my lifestyle. So the combination of hitting those goals and freeing up money every single month really was one of the biggest motivators for me. And I find it to be one of the biggest motivators for most people. So my final suggestion is to establish clear dates when you're actually going to hit these goals. So you set SMART goals. As you free up the cash flow every single month, that is a huge motivator to keep going forward and to do more. So as a quick case study, take all of your debt payments out of your budget and see how much money you would have available every single month if you did not have those debt payments in there. If that's not a motivating factor, I don't know what is.
Outside of that, you just got to go do it.
All right, so part of my question is, I know with